Hey everybody, I'm APH. Welcome to a challenge run of Kingdoms Reborn. Now, Sneaky Codfish on the Discord recommended this. It's going to be a Savanna Ranch playthrough on Deity to see if ranches are actually viable in the early game. Now, the conditions are the map seed, dedicated after the member, Sneaky. The map size, large. Sea level, low. Moisture, wet. Temperature, high. Mountain density, very low. AI players, we're going to go ahead and shut them off because we saw in the last episode that they were a little bit broken, and we're going to go ahead and get started. The Great Freeze left civilization ruined. Cheers to a new beginning. Now, kind of setting up as we look around for our province, we're looking for a savanna area that has enough room. So, some of the rules to this game to play, it looks like we have a spot here. Let's just go ahead and zoom in before we get started. I'll kind of go over it. Level 2 town halls, you get the option to buy wood and sell food. Kind of the rule that we're going to go with is those cards are invalid. We cannot use them. Next rule. Last game, I went real heavy on collecting wild cards. And for this playthrough, I have to use the actual cards in my deck. I cannot use wild cards until I can make them myself with the Scholar's Office. Next rule to this, I cannot proceed outside the range of the actual savanna. So if I look at the tile and it's not labeled savanna, I cannot get it. So like this one's labeled jungle, so I can't get it. But this one, as it's on the edge, it's actually labeled savanna. I can get this one. I just can't build in my home territory outside that savanna desert province. Now for this playthrough, I kind of have an estimate of kind of what I'm going to do to kind of get it going. But getting started, I want my home area to be on the kind of the edge up here of where we can actually build. Because we're not going to build that way. We're going to build down and then we're going to build over to the east. So I want to start there because the starting area really doesn't matter. We just need it to be savanna so we can get the savanna bonus. So getting started, let's go ahead and zoom in. Buy this territory. Now, typically, I would say sell all your wood and sell all your stone. We will stay with the idea of sell all the stone, but for this, we're going to go ahead and buy 200 wood. This should get us started. Now, it's going to get us a little bit less starting money than I like, but we're going to have to make that work. Let's go ahead and plop this down and try to avoid every single stone that we can avoid because we will pick them up. And typically, I would say go with investment because the extra 100 gold per season plays into a lot of the actual meta. Let's go ahead and pause it while I kind of go over this. But for this, I'm going to say let's go ahead and get the trading post. You'll see how that plays in shortly. Now, we don't need guidance, but we do need to start buying some property. So we're going to go ahead and buy this, and we're going to go ahead and just harvest just trees. We don't need to harvest the stones. We have some that's right nearby. Well, we can probably pick up this little bit right here just to get us started. And let's go ahead and take a look what's in the cards. Nothing good. Let's roll them. We want that pig farm. This is going to actually get us started with our ranches. Let's go ahead and plop that down there and let's get a road. Now, the design that I'm going to go after is a little bit tricky, and we need a second pig farm to actually start it. Let's go ahead and delete out that road. So to get it the spacing correctly, if you look, the pig farm is exactly the width of 2 houses. Let's go ahead and place down 2 houses so that we can get our placing, and let's go ahead and get a road. And this will kind of be the crossroads start of our town. Let's go ahead and delete out these before anybody builds them and extend our road out just a little bit, signifying this is where we're going to start. And we're going to place a house right here. All right, let's go ahead and speed up time. For our biome bonus, I don't see enough animals to make Grassland Hunter worthwhile. The extra 50% would be huge. I'm thinking that we go with grass-fed to kind of go with the ranch idea. Immediately, we're going to upgrade our town hall. said it does unlock sell food and buy wood. We're not going to admit those, and snatch is irrelevant because we don't have any AIs. And with this, we're going to get the grassland herder. Now, between the two bonuses, it brings us to about 185% productivity for our ranches. And the hope is a base ranch with no bonuses whatsoever roughly produces 400 food, 600 on an amazing year. But if we go off of that 400 base, this might push it up to a little over 600 per season, with the hopes that maybe down the road with a couple of good cards, we can get this up over 800 per season. That would feed roughly one house fully upgraded, which means we're going to need quite a bit of area to make this work. We do need the trading post right away. We're going to go ahead and plop it right up here, as the position of that doesn't matter a whole lot. And let's see what's in the cards. Come on, give me another pig farm. Let's re-roll it. And absolutely garbage in there. I'm going to go ahead and spend the 20. And still didn't get anything. All right. No, that's not good. We do unlock technology. And we're typically, I'd say, go for medicine first. We can't do farms, so let's go for foreign trade first. And this is the first and last farm that I'm going to do this with. We're going to go ahead and buy this up to the 15 to get us started. Kind of making the assumption that we came out of whatever bunker we were in with the actual animals that it's going to take to get started. From here, we're going to have to make do with that. Now, some people are going to get mad and leave. That's kind of to be expected. And part of it, we want it. We only have one worker. Might as well encourage everybody to kind of bamboozle. Now, we will need this property right here. Let's go ahead and grab it, and let's see what's in the card. Thank God, another pig farm. Let's go ahead and plop him down. We're going to face road away from our town hub there. And this one will give us our actual first amount of food that we should be able to save up. Now, speaking of food, we are going to want some storage, and we're going to back it right here. We're going to place it the same size as the warehouse for the future, and we're going to go ahead and manage these to disallow everything but food. That way, hopefully, the pig farmers don't have a whole lot of space to go. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and speed that up so they can get building. Now, we can't actually buff the pig farm, but we can buff the construction sites, so we'll go ahead and get those going just to make it a little bit faster. And it looks like another card has came up. Our tavern. Okay. Gives us our base happiness, service quality of 50. This is going to be pretty big. Let's go ahead and grab that. And let's claim these two territories right here so we can get our tavern down. Now, we are down to 200 actual gold. This is not my favorable start. I got to tell you that. Let's place a house here so we get roughly another 7 gold. Let's go ahead and upgrade this immediately to stone insulation. Good. Now we've got our second actual food production. We've got our trade. Don't have a whole lot of anything to trade off yet, so we can probably do something about like this, where we gather up some stone and some other things in the downtime. Yeah, we're losing people to starvation. It's okay. It's okay. And this should get us kind of stocked up on everything. Now, do we get anything useful? We will want the charcoal burner, but I think the reroll is probably the best thing we can do. Still nothing in the reroll. It's a shame. All right, we got our next house down. Let's go ahead and plop down our tavern to try to get these guys back some happiness, because they're really not very happy at the moment, that's for sure. Oh, and just like ants, they're just taking away all those resources. All right, let's see about this card. Thank God, another pig farm. We'll take that. Nothing else useful in there. We still have just a touch of wood left. Not enough to actually make this pig farm. That's not promising. Now, I think the road went up that way, so we should be able to place it here. And let's see if we can trade something for 30 wood. Probably sell just enough stone to make it happen. Yeah, we'll do that. I can see stone everywhere, and eventually we're going to get into a quarry. We just need to actually get that base food up and going so that we can move into trading off our food through the actual trading post to get our upgrade to our trading post, as well as so we can actually start buying some of the luxuries we need, some of the steel tools, some of the medicine, that sort of thing. Excellent. Let's see what's in the cards. Absolutely nothing. Not quite to the mountain yet to get the quarry, and the fruit gather fisherman's lodge just aren't useful. I think at some point in time we will be doing mushrooms, but the requirement right now is too heavy. So let's re-roll it. And nothing yet in here. We'll take a hunting lodge strictly for the leather that it's going to produce, as well as the fact that it will get some animals, as well as there's a conversation on the forums that hunting lodges actually do the slaughtering of the animals. Yeah, this is our winter of our first year, and people are actually dying and leaving. It's okay. Let's put that guy up there. And let's speed up time while we actually get our stuff moving. Yeah, we're not going to allow cannibalism. We really don't want to encourage that. Now, for our next card. We need the charcoal burner, but we need some things to be stable first. Let's go ahead and re-roll and get our next pig farm. And this will complete this first square. And I believe it's going to go this way. And now we need to get some actual food in, or some wood in to actually burn before people freeze. Let's go ahead and trade off a little bit more stone. You know what, let's not do that. Let's sell a couple of the tools, and let's go ahead and get whatever wood we can. There. It should hopefully get us through to spring, as well as hopefully build the next pig ranch. That's our hope. Let's clear out the trees down here. Well, I didn't realize that area was so massive, but that's fine. Gives us a little bit of trees. Go get them, guys. Go get them. You need wood to fuel your houses, and I need 2 more houses. I think that's about the right thing to do. Let's go ahead and plop those there and there. And that's kind of setting up for what we want. So we're going to place a road this way out. And we're going to place a road this way. And this will be our future town center for this hub. Now we're going to kind of mirror this, hopefully on all 4 sides. I'm not sure if we'll have room down here, with the hopes that with 8 houses, it will supply enough people to maintain a total of 16 pig farms. And then this area, once it's complete, will be the hub for us to actually start a city center. So food is hurting. We are up to 800 per year, enough to feed 10 people. So we should actually make through it this year once we get some more houses down. Let's see what's in the card. Yeah, laborers are low. Let's cap this at 1 builder so that we can actually get 2 laborers so they can move things. Oh, we don't need 3 laborers. We'll just go with 2. Should keep everything employed. Yep. Anything interesting in here? Anything interesting? Let's re-roll. Still nothing. Let's go ahead and pass on that. And this spring, one of the recommendations was we take immigrants with the thought that they're just going to move out. And the thought is we can pick up books like productivity or passion to actually buff up our ranches to see if we can get them even better. So base happiness, 70%. With our biome bonus, we're at 180%. This brings us up to 200%. With 90% happiness, I think passion books, 2 of them will get us to 215% effectiveness with 110% happiness. I think that's the route to go, where we fill all these with passion books, and then we go after some other things in both in the trade and the upgrade tree to kind of make it work. Because with a second passion book, it would be at 215%. With the granary, it would be at 240. With building combo, we'd be at 250, 255. And then with ranching completely maxed out, I think we're going to be somewhere around 280% effectiveness. And I'm thinking with that, we should be producing about 1,200 food per cycle from each farm that is completely productive. And at that point in time, one farm would be able to sustain a house fully upgraded to level 8, as well as to kind of get into some of the other areas surrounding. So it may be a little bit of a challenge getting this town up and going completely. Let's go ahead and check in the cards and see what we have. Nothing here. Complete garbage. Another pig farm. That's exactly what we're looking for. And now we're out of money. Now we are starting to actually bring in some pork, which is good. And as soon as we have enough to sell, we're going to go ahead and trade it off. So we're looking for roughly, I think it's 180 to start with. Let's take a look. Yeah, total quantity is 180. Let's go ahead and dismiss that so we can build up, and let's go ahead and play out time just to get this started. And the focus is going to be trading off whatever we can trade off to get whatever we need. Looking at this, nothing that we want right now. Let's go ahead and rotate it. Again, nothing. Our first run, we need enough wood. It looks like... Well, that wasn't very productive, guys. You've got 19 wood in each one of those houses. You need one more wood to build each one. So we need 2 wood for the 2 houses and 30 wood for the ranches. Let's go ahead and trade off what we can trade off in hopes that we can get enough wood to keep us a little bit positive. Yeah, we'll get 40. That will get these 2 constructed and hopefully get this one constructed. Now with our second pig farm up and going, it looks like our third one is actually progressing. And we have a solid amount of food now. And we're actually starting to work towards foreign trade. I want to keep speed probably between 3 and 4 depending on how busy it is. So we can not miss any cards because that's going to be crucial this playthrough. Let's pass on everything in there. And we're going to start picking up. We're going to pick up the charcoal burner, the pig. From here, we're going to pick up a couple of coal burners, but I don't want to go negative in money, so I'm going to go ahead and wait on this one until I have just a touch more money. And we're going to look for a sustainability book, so let's zoom out a little bit and see if there's anywhere nearby. We have a village up here, a village over here, and a village over here, and a shrine. And a goodie pile right here. Now, the goodie pile is 370, and a shrine over here. Okay, so our next cell of food, I want to upgrade our increased load. So let's do that first. And it leaves us with enough that we can grab that goodie pile. So I think it was this one right here. Let's go ahead and grab that. It's sustainability. That's what we were kind of going after because that's going to go in the coal plant. Speaking of coal, there's another. Now, long term, we probably need 2 to sustain this area, but I'm not sure that right off the bat we can financially accept it because right now we're only at 5 for income. Let's go ahead and pass on this, and in here we have absolutely nothing we can use. We finished our actual foreign trade. Now we're going to V-line for some very specific text because of we just have very limited things. First, we're going to go for woodwork because I have a feeling that that's going to be our best early game way of getting our first tier 1 luxury to get us to the middle age, which will need 10 houses. From there, we're going to double back, get medicine, sheep ranching, and mushroom sterilization so that when we enter the middle age, we can get logistics and agriculture. Now, once we have those 4 techs in total, woodworking, beer brewing, sheep ranching, and mushroom sterilization, because beer brewing is also towards that, we're going to start banking all the points we can so that when we get our 10 houses, we can just immediately spend the points and hopefully rush logistics and agriculture. Now, we do want the trading post. We do not want not enough money. Let's see if I can sell off just enough we'll start with the leather and then we'll sell off whatever remaining pork that we have so that we can buy not the port, but the post. Oh, I missed the post. Didn't have the money, so it didn't actually do it. That's a shame. We'll plop this guy right here just to get him off of my hand. And it looks like this one's just about to start producing, which is keeping us in the positive for food. Now we will need another trade post, so we're going to need a little bit of income to actually do that. Let's go ahead and re-roll this in hope of either a pig or a post. I almost clicked on the trade port. Granted, we could have sold it right back, but that would have been kind of moot. All right, now we need wood to actually re-establish this. Place a road right here. It's right in the right spot. And we're going to place our coal burner right here with another storage here. So we're going to need 70 wood to get this going. So this is just about done. We can probably actually boost this up. Check our card while it finishes, and we have our trade post. Excellent. So we have a little bit of wood. Oh, or a little bit of wood, a little bit of pork. Look at that. We have actually produced more than what we're actually feeding our people. Let's go ahead and sell that off and go ahead and pop over here to construction, and we'll buy right down to the 0. Yeah, we'll go with that. Gives us our 70. It should warm our houses as well as start the construction of this last house and start on the actual charcoal burner. So the next round we'll have to actually do the sell. And as quick as we did that, we've already almost replenished our pork back up. Now the trading post will take another 50 wood and another 50 stone, and that will be after the coal yard. And we're coming up on spring, so we'll get another set of immigrants. And like before, we're going to take them for whatever book they give us. Take the passion. We're going to go ahead and drop it in this guy. Yeah, this is starting to come together. Now, what's in the cards? Anything good? Anything good? I'm thinking at some point in time down in the desert, we won't be able to place any type of ranches. Thinking our second type of food in order to get us both beer and medicine is going to have to be mushrooms. And I want a square of roughly 8 of them. So I'm going to start picking up the mushrooms now. All right, that finished its trade. Now we are slowly whittling our money down lower than I like. Do we have any leather? We do not. Okay, let's go ahead and sell any pork that we have remaining to pick up a little bit more wood. We'll go with 30. And steel tools, we're not ready for that. Let's go ahead and pick up 10 medicine. That keeps us kind of leveled. Let's go ahead and do that trade. This just hit 15, so this one's going to start producing this year. That's good. All right. Another pig farm. We'll take that. Yeah, we'll take the mushroom farm. So the only bad thing about the mushroom farm is until we're past, well, so if we look at the tech tree, once we hit the middle age and we get bricks, we should be able to upgrade the mushrooms, but it's going to take mushroom sterilization to decrease the amount of wood consumption to make them even viable. And it's going to take in the upgrade tree. Looks like we finished foreign trade, but we never actually picked up wood industry. Let's get that queued up. Once we get into the industry trade, once we get into the middle age, we're going to need the actual trade company to kind of maintain that we have wood at all times to keep them up and going. Let's buffer trade. And hopefully when it finishes, we'll actually have 300 pork ready to sell. And it looks like our leather's finally starting to come in. We probably don't have enough laborers to move everything around. That's probably part of it. So I'm going to go ahead and wait for this just to roll over to 300 pork. Let's see what's in the card real quick. Yeah, nothing really worthwhile. We'll go ahead and grab that mushroom farm. And let's go ahead and speed up time a little bit just to see if this will roll over. Might be having that low. Yeah, only has 14. Again, only has 13. Looks like we're just in that low of the season, but I don't want to go too long before getting our next one. Yeah, it looks like a little bit more just came in. Now I could sell the game meat. Let's see how much the game meat trades for. So right now the game meat is more profitable than the actual pork. With that, we have enough pork. Let's go ahead and sell that off. That gets us our next round of money. Let's go ahead and pick up this plot so that we can place our next trade company, not our mushroom, our next trade post right next to it. Before we do that, let's go ahead and drop the Companies Act in here, which gives us a 10% to trade fees. That should really help our trade altogether. And let's see what's in the card. Go ahead and grab the charcoal burner. Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. Let's drop our sustainability in here. We're going to immediately go for less. And once, well, you know, we have the money, let's go ahead and buff that up and set a limit. We're going to have 8 houses in total, probably 50 per house. Let's set it to 400 as a max. 499. Let's try that again. There we go. So we need one more sustainability book to really make this work. And it looks like the trade's just about to finish and we've already got enough pork to do our next run. Let's go ahead and check. And again, we'll wait because I think we're going to want another trade post. Thinking we probably, for every 2 houses, we're going to want a trade post until we're sustaining. All right, our trade's up. Let's go ahead and sell down. We'll go with selling 200, and we're going to go ahead and pick up whatever wood we can to get us down even. And let's go ahead and pop another 10 in there. Yeah, losing 8 gold, I'm okay with that. That will get us enough wood to get this house built and hopefully give our coal burner a little bit going into the winter. Let's deselect wood so our houses are burning coal instead of wood, and let's go ahead and insulate them because we've got the stone. All right, let's gather the stone up here with any free gathers. And this is the most bare property I have ever seen in a game. I'm used to having trees in the starting. I'm used to having trees. Probably need to go ahead and buy this property. And we're going to go ahead and expand kind of our roads, kind of getting prepared so that since we have them, we can start moving into this over here. Now we've got 14 people. We've got 5 laborers. Let's make 4 laborers kind of set, and so we'll put our next pig farm down. I think that's the route to go. Not enough money, so we need to finish this trade so we can sell off some of that pork. This one can be our first just selling, because for the first time, we're okay on everything. And the wood that we got should finish up that house right there and should get us over into this pig ranch. Now we still have enough stone. Let's go ahead and check our cards real quick now that we have a little bit of money. Let's go ahead and pick up the trade post. And we're going to go ahead and spin. I want that quarry, but we're not quite to the mountain range yet. Go ahead and grab that mushroom farm. And the rest really doesn't look too useful. Thinking of the hunting lodge, let's go ahead and get the smoking upgrade for that extra 30%. And it gets a bonus from having an adjacent fruit gather. Not something that we'd actually take a bonus from. But 30% in a meta game like this might actually play in. So we might take a fruit gather just to plop it next door to it to give the hunter that bonus. And it looks like meat's finally starting to pile up. Kind of what we wanted. We kind of wanted to overburden our laborers at first so that when we get into the middle age, we can move into haulers. Because they can haul 5 times as much as an actual laborer. So there's a trade-off. They haul 5 times as much, but they can't do some of the general things that a laborer can. They can't cut down trees. They can't It takes a labor to actually slaughter the animals. The shepherd itself does not. Let's take a look at what's in the card. Excellent. Another pig farm. Now, we should get another run of immigrants here in the spring. That will allow us to go ahead and place down our next house right in here. Should give us 5. And it should give us, in theory, 2 kids, 1 adult. So we'll pick up another labor for actually maintaining this, because it looks like almost all of our pig farms are now active. So moving into this season, this is just expanding that ever-growing need. Yeah, look at that. Already up to 2,200 food produced per year. This is a good way to actually maintain this. I'm not sure how far, because it's going to be very, very labor intensive making this move. Now we've unlocked the Employment Bureau, and just like before, we're just going to find some random spot just to throw it to get it off our deck. 3 people wish to join. Come on, give me a sustainability book. It's a tough one because I want that passion book. But I think the sustainability is the way to go with the actual coal production. Go ahead and upgrade the actual guild, because we will need enough coal to, maintain. And we'll drop that in there. Now, how does that actually affect us for wood? Looks like we have 23. Trading post needs 50, so we need to actually trade for, say, 60. And the rest we can go ahead and sell off any remaining pork. Gives us a positive. And that should allow us to go ahead and place this. And we'll just place it that way. If these were manned, I'd be worried about where they go. But because they're not manned, I'm not too worried about it. Now, our laborers do need to actually come in here, because it looks like we are starting to get where the hunter is dropping things and they're not being hauled back. So that's a little concerning that we don't have enough laborers. That, or we've queued up too many tasks. But looking at our food, as quick as we can sell, it's actually starting to just immediately replenish. All right, anything good in here? Got a little bit of money. Let's go ahead and pick up that mushroom farm. We're almost up to the 8 we want. And that's going to take a whole slew of actual sustainability books to get it going. So it's probably going to be somewhere in the middle age once we get to the scholar. We'll take the fruit gather. And as I said, we're just going to plop this right here. And we'll let it build, but we're not actually going to use it. It's just going to be to buff the hunter. Because on the forums, they say the hunter will kill the animals in replacement of the labor. And what they'll do is, the conversation says, whatever their effective efficiency is, reflects. So if you've got a 200% on your ranch and a 200% on the hunting lodge, it effectively comes out being 400%. Now, I don't think this is how this works, but I'm willing to give it a legit shot to see. Either way, it's leather for the early game, which we can use for trade, as well as it is a little bit of, sustaining food. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and sell off our leather before it fills up all of our storage, and let's sell off the next bit of food. Now we're actually starting to get some money. Now with this one right here, we're going to have to go with probably medicines, as we're going through 61 a year, as well as a little bit of wood. And then we're just going to continue that pattern of sell food, buy wood, buy medicines, buy tools, because we're slowly going through them, and try to maintain for every farm 1 labor until we get to the middle age. So we need some kids to become adult, and we don't need another house yet. We'll need it in the next season when we hit our next group of immigrants. So it's in the card. Absolutely nothing. Let's go ahead and re-roll it. Go ahead and take our next mushroom farm. Not ready for another trade post, and I want to keep that money up there so we can actually buy and sell some things. And with the finishing of this, let's go ahead and upgrade these. Yeah, we'll upgrade both of those. And this will be the trade hub that we go ahead and sell from. so that we can kind of micromanage where this one's closer. So a little bit of wood just to kind of get things back in stock. We'll go for 100, and for needs, we'll go ahead and pick up 60 medicine. That should keep us where we're not running out, and also keep it to where we're not at a point where we're completely out of money, because it's going to be rough. Going to be rough. Let's see what's in the cards. Another pig farm. We'll definitely take that. So we need some people to become adult. Let's go ahead and speed up time. Coming into the winner of year 3. There we go. Let's go ahead and sell off another round. We could probably pick up fast delivery at some point, but I want our money to go ahead and increase a little bit. There's our next mushroom farm. We're not quite to the 8 we want. Then we're just going to hold on to those. All right. Medicine. We go through 61 a year. And wow, did that ever... Oh, I'm trying to sell. Oh, I know what it was. They were moving it from one facility to the other, which is why it dropped. Let's pick up 30 this round, and we'll go ahead and pick up... Let's buy 30. And let's pick up 100 wood. And sell off whatever we can for food, and we'll do the same over here. Now, it looks like furniture did finish. So let's go ahead and take a look at our research. Let's slow it down while we actually do that. And I'm thinking beer brewery will lead us to agriculture, but it's kind of moot, because we won't be able, until we get mushroom farms down, we won't be able to go for beer breweries. Let's go ahead and go for medicine so we can buy sheep next, so we can sell the wool. Thinking that that's kind of the route we go. We go into the Middle Age with wood industry, and then we try to back it up with, once we get bricks, getting beer going. And we look at buying clay for pottery. We do want the furniture factory. Let's go ahead and place some storage here for food, as it's starting to really pour in. Go ahead and place a road down. And we're going to want sustainability books for the furniture, like we are with the actual coal burners. Yeah, I think that's kind of a promising start. Let's see what's in the cards. Another pig farm. And our last of our actual mushroom farm. Now, I think that we're kind of good for right now with cards. Let's go ahead and take our roll and go ahead and close them out. Now, going into the spring of year 4, I think we're at a good spot to go ahead and call this episode, in hopes that the next episode we can kind of finish out this pig village. I'd like to thank you guys for joining. If you like what you saw, hit that like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode.